The next robot vacuum that I want to talk about is our top recommendation for people who are on a budget. So if you don't want to spend over $200 on a robot vacuum, there are still a few pretty good options for you. And one of them is the Ecovacs DEEBOT 500. So I found that this robot vacuum's performance was overall pretty good. It did pretty much everything that you would want it to. I found that the app was intuitive and easy to use and offered just about all of the features that you would want in a robot vacuum app. You aren't able to specify certain rooms or block off areas. I found that its performance was quite good on a variety of floor types, so it worked pretty well on a higher pile rug as well as on low pile carpet. It did a pretty thorough job of removing cat hair. I didn't notice a lot lingering behind after the robot had taken a few passes. The biggest downside of this vacuum is that, like most other more budget-friendly vacuums, it does have a traditional brush roller. So that does increase your chances of having some hair wrapping and tangling. And I found that there definitely was more hair kind of wrapping around there than I saw on the other ones that had the rubber rollers. But if you have a cat who has short hair and you aren't having a ton of shedding, it probably should be okay. The second thing that I noticed about this robot vacuum is that it did seem to get stuck a little bit more than some of the more expensive ones. So I would find it stranded around the house. Sometimes it couldn't find its way back to the base. Now, this did happen to the more expensive ones as well. It just seemed to happen to the Ecovacs DEEBOT 500 a little bit more. Now, this robot vacuum has a 500 milliliter or half-liter capacity, meaning that you have a pretty generous amount of space to collect some dust and cat hair before you have to empty it out. So overall, I had a pretty good experience with this robot vacuum. It did a good job of collecting cat hair as well as litter, and it overall helped to spruce up the house a little bit and keep the floors clean. There are a few drawbacks, but if you're looking for something on a budget, it's one of the best options out there. So this robot vacuum costs $169.99.